Hello everyone, welcome to Is This Insert Video Game Title Worth Playing? My name is the artist formerly known as Ichiro Sato Selwyn7, the anime gamer. That's the title I gave myself. What's up? And what you see here is Unsouled. Unsouled is a action RPG Souls-like game developed by Magusta Game and published by NeoWiz. And essentially what is going to be happening in this series of videos, not just this video, is that I'm going to be playing the first 2 hours of a video game and then giving you my first impressions of those first 2 hours of said video game, whilst showing you some gameplay itself and giving you my thoughts about it. So, what we're going to do right now is we're going to get started by taking a look at the options menu. We're going to take a look at the settings menu, and as you can clearly see here, there isn't much. It all looks fairly standard here. You can adjust your keyboard settings, you can adjust your controller settings, of which I do not have because I do not have a controller, so bear that in mind. And also you can change your window mode, and you can adjust the sound, and that's about it. Now, personally, I would have preferred to have an option to change the Windows resolution, because I generally would like to pretty much just customize how much space takes up over my desktop. I like to keep on the time while I'm playing, and also if I'm recording or if I'm streaming, I definitely want to have control over the of the aspect ratio of the game itself. It's a bit minor, but it's just something that's important to me, at least. All in all, it's fairly standard. It's not too bad. It's just nothing. It's nothing that's too great to look at, really. In any case, what we're going to do is we are going to start off with a new game here. I'm of course going to name myself the Anime Gamer. So that's, I guess I'm going to use the first 3 letters of each of my title. Yeah, that's what we're going with. It's like a fighting game. Cool. Yay. Alright, okay, so there are about 3 difficulty settings. Prince of the Fallen Kingdom is, of course, pretty much story mode, where essentially you'll be fine. It's not going to be too hard to play. Normal mode is normal, and Master Soul is, of course, you know, the kind of difficulty level that you want to play if you're a masochist or a tryhard. We're going to be playing on normal mode because that's what I played as well. Also, I don't want to have to edit, 100 hours of Master Soul, because I will die horribly. Okay, so I've skipped ahead to the second level of the game itself. The reason being is that the first level acts as the tutorial intro. The game itself uses its story to sort of hold your hand and tell you what's involved in the game's combat and its mechanics. I like that. Why? Because it doesn't try to overburden you with walls of text and information and try to force you to study and remember what's involved. You can, however, if you go here to the skills menu, pretty much refresh on every attack that's involved, which I have as well. The game's soul system, it acts as the currency for upgrading your skills, and what it also does is, depending on what you discover whilst exploring the game's world itself, is that if you unlocked, I guess, named souls, or souls of people who have names instead of random undead, what happens is that it will unlock either a passive or an active ability. The passives, though, unlock spells, they unlock more skills, or give you a passive buff or a passive benefit. Now, as for the game's graphics, I like it. I like the game's graphics. It's pixelated, but detail has been put into it that it more feels like an Asian watercolor painting, sort of. That said, though, it also kind of reminds me of a shonen anime, in that it has a dash of edge lordiness. It makes you feel like an edge lord, but in a good way. And also, it also seems like it takes inspiration from Chinese cinema. Well, it takes inspiration from Asian cinema and storytelling, as you can tell right there, when I just had to deal with that ambush by those zombies. Now, combat does consume your stamina, so you would have to think about what moves to use and what combos you want to take advantage of when fighting your enemies. Though that said, when you are fighting your enemies, what you can do, if we can actually find one, oh, they're all hidden here, so I'm gonna have to draw them out, is you can oh, motherfucker, oh god, I'm having difficulty. Oh, he's dead. Okay, what you can do is you can just button mash. You don't necessarily have to use combos if you don't feel like it, but I mean, really, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you use combos? I mean, that would just be so unsatisfying. Now, let's say you're having difficulty dealing with your foes. Let's say you're having difficulty dealing with combos. You can pretty much just turn on auto aim, or the equivalent of auto aim in this game, where you don't necessarily have to chain combos manually. The game will just do it itself for you. However, it takes away the satisfaction you get from putting the effort into just, attempting to bust out some killer moves to kill your enemies. It takes away the ability of you to feel like a shonen protagonist or an edgelord, which this game's story is pretty much that itself. You are a prince of a fallen kingdom that was taken over by an army of monsters, and now you're out for revenge. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that kind of story. I'm okay with the melancholy tone and the edgelord vibes it gives, because sometimes you need to feel like a fucking boss. I also... Okay. I'm in trouble. Like an idiot that I am, I did not pay attention to the game when I could just take advantage of that little bridge there. And so right now, I need to... If I can take... No, I can't. Okay, so it looks like that ability is very... Okay. It looks like that ability is very much dependent on line of sight. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and take some hits. And we're just going to kill these two guys with a cool move, which is not going to work because, despite being zombies, they're smart enough to stop me. So I need to, like, draw them away. I'm wondering, though, can I trap myself here? Oh, no, I can't. They won't let me. Okay. Okay. So there is an option for you to just play out some epic moments. Though, if you don't make it in time, you have to deal with your foes manually. I don't mind that. I actually like that. I honestly didn't think I was going to succeed. I didn't think that I would be able to take on so many enemies at once. It's a pleasant surprise. And I'm okay with it. I also hate the archers because they're annoying. And they're assholes. Okay. Alright, let's go. Let's try this again. Let's try this bridge, shall we? Let's just use some soul focusing and blow it up. There we go. I just took away an advantage. I just destroyed a combat environment advantage that would have been useful for me if I wanted to retreat. Now, I can only move forward. That's something I did not pay attention to. But that's okay, because I threw that guy off the edge. Which, you know, is pretty cool. It's satisfying. You know what? It doesn't matter. If I can't kill it with my sword, I'll throw you off the edge. I'll just kick you off into the ocean like Sparta! That's the name of the guy from the movie, right? Okay. Alright, so as I said before, the story is presented in... No, the story is also presented in NPC dialogue, and it gives you... It kind of tries to explore whether or not... It tries to tell you that death is meaningless. Because people can be brought back to life. Or that they go back to the flow. To the source. Or the river of life. I wasn't paying attention. I'll be honest, I wasn't paying attention to that dialogue. I didn't need to. I just want to kill things, and this game lets me do that. Alright, so we'll upgrade again. Let's do some soul bursts since no. Let's stick with the dash attack. I need to save up to upgrade that. So you know what? We'll leave it as it is. Okay. Now, while earlier I did say I liked being able to throw enemies off the edge, I like doing that if it's optional. I don't like it if progressing in the game itself, if the game pretty much tries to railroad me into just, you know, throwing some slick moves just because it's cool in order to move the narrative forward. It sort of gets it, even though the game itself gives you a second chance by spawning more enemies to kill, it gets a little asinine, and no, it gets asinine. It gets a little asinine, especially if you're trying to achieve like a top rank, because each level has a ranking system on how many enemies you can kill and how fast you can do that, and these sort of, you know, these sort of cool story moments that are forced upon you, that don't let you experience them on your own or add a sort of aspect of emerging gameplay while you're fighting enemies. It's annoying, and it's forced, and it's unnecessary. I threw two guys off a cliff beforehand. That wasn't essential to the story, but it was cool, and that was fine. I didn't need to do that. I didn't need to solve a puzzle that is going to take up time. I mean, it's great. No, you know what? No, I don't need a puzzle that forces me to maneuver enemies into a trap just so I can progress. If you're going to give me a puzzle, you know, make me solve it. You know, don't force me to, you know, make some arbitrary movements just to progress forward. It's annoying. Okay. Looks like we got a secret admirer. Who knows? Who knows who that was? I don't care. I just want to kill stuff. Oh, that looks cool. Consumer ghost orb to remove an emergency escape. We're not going to use that. Okay. We need an upgrade. What are we going to upgrade? We're going to stick with the classics. Nope. Okay. We're going to save up. Okay. Okay, so I think we're about to enter a boss battle here. So, which is why the game is giving me a chance to upgrade. And what we'll do is, you know what, I am not going to do anything about it. I'm going to show you how difficult it is. I'm not going to give you any tips on how to fight this boss. You're just gonna have to figure it out yourself. That's how much I enjoy this game. Okay, so each boss battle is pretty much the same as normal combat. You can just attack your enemies. You can just whittle them down if you want to. But where's the fun in that? Really. Also, look at that! You see how it takes advantage of the camera angles? It only does that for narrative. It doesn't let you actually do it for yourself. Also, boss will not let you. Sorry guys, I have to concentrate on this boss battle. It's taking up my focus. Oh, no. Okay. I enjoyed that. That was fun. I didn't use too many moves, but it kept me engaged. And if I was smart enough, I could have crushed him with that move right there. But you know what? That's what replayability is for. And you know what? I'm okay with replaying this game. Okay, so like again, I said the story is very much Asian inspired. This game is the closest that I can tell, besides a Ghibli game like Ni no Kuni, to being anime. There are very few games, even JRPGs and light novels, that sort of convey the feeling that it is an anime, that you're watching or playing an anime. And as an action RPG, coupled with the storytelling that you see here, it's an anime. It shows you that it pretty much feels like an anime, and I like that. It kind of looks like it's taking those tropes. You know, you've got the cocky prince, you've got the old haggard tutor, and of course tragedy follows. And also we have a moody protagonist. So what I forgot to mention was that this game also has a training area called the Abyss, where you can practice movesets, which shows you here on the screen right now, like fighting game, before each stage, meaning that if you want to improve before trying to get the top result, you can. So, Unsouled. Unsouled is a fun game. It is a game that I want to keep on playing. It is a game that keeps me engaged. The graphics, while pixelated, are fun. They're fairly stylistic and remind me of it gives off the appearance of being like a Japanese watercolor, we'll say. But it does so without actually trying to mimic the art. Instead, it just takes the aesthetic and works within the confines of the pixelated environment. The tone of its appearance of the setting, though bright, is also desolate, which makes sense because the world was destroyed and everyone's dead, but there's a sort of bright solitude to that. The story is pretty much an anime. You're pretty much an edgelord. It knows you're an edgelord, and it lets you be an edgelord. It's very fun in that respect, that you're just some guy out there for revenge and you just want to pull some sick moves to kill all your enemies and just, you know, wreak out revenge. Oh no, my kingdom, I must get revenge. It gives off that kind of feeling right there. This game is very fun. That said though, it still needs some improvement in the options menu department, in that if I want to replay from the start, if I want to just pretty much get full-on top ranks, then I definitely would want the option to just turn off cutscenes completely. But all in all, I would say that this game is definitely worth playing. It's just fun. It's just too much fun. Really. Okay, and that's it. Unsouled is worth playing. It's fun. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you like this video, if you have something to say about this game or about how terrible I am at it, please, you know, write down some comments. If you like this video, press the like button. If you want to subscribe to see more first impressions videos, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!